Howdy YouTube, Darlington Farm here, just over here in the shop, and I've been kind of shuffling things around a bit. Thought I would show you what I'm doing here. I never really have liked the layout I've had in the shop here, and I've kind of decided I'm going to try and change it and try and make things a little more efficient. So what I did is I used to have my drum sander and my disc sander over here on the other side of the table saw, and there never really was enough room to use them unless I kind of scooted them around, and then it became such a pain that I never really just ended up using them that often. I ended up just using my RO150 usually on the MFT over there. So I've got enough jobs now lined up where I've got to increase my efficiency. So what I did is I moved that stuff over. I've got my drum sander over here. I'm going to go ahead and run a drop from my dust collector. I need to go pick up some stuff to do that. I scooted the table saw all the way over. I've got my slider here, all set up and readjusted. And then I moved my planer, which used to shoot out stuff right along in here. Now on this side, I've got a full 14 feet from the planer to the garage door there, so I've got plenty of room for running longer sections of wood through it. And then finally, I moved my jointer over here to where it kind of sits underneath the planer there, and to where I can actually use it, because right now I don't really use the jointer all that much, because if you remember in my other videos, it kind of sat along the door here, and I didn't have power to it, and I didn't have dust collection to it. So when I'm going to try and start using it more, most of the time now, this planer does a good enough job, and then, generally if I really need to build something that's really nice, I just get it surfaced, and or get wood that's surfaced from one of the lumber dealers I deal with as a humongous Extrema double-sided surfacer, and I just, pay the 40 cents a foot to surface it. So I'm going to try and start doing that myself. I've been reading a lot on WoodWeb about in their, business forums about, trying to increase your productivity in your business. And anyway, that's what I'm trying to do now. I've got, my scrap bucket down there kind of nested between the jointer, the planer, and the slider there. And then over here, I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave my molder here. This radial arm saw is going. I really am trying to get it sold at the moment. I need to build a new top for it. But yeah, I'm trying to get it out of my shop. I really need the space. I've been kind of trying to hang on to it just because I've had it for so long. I've had it for, going on 10 years, and it's time to go. I don't need it, and I guess I shouldn't hang on to it for sentimental value. So anyway, yeah, I think it makes things a little more usable. I don't use the drum sander that much, and I may try and find some other place for it once I get the rest of the drops in. I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and run off that drop there over, have one come down here for my planer, and then I've got this this little booster here. By the time I run the dust collector over there through the plumbing and over a long hose to this, it doesn't really have enough, it barely has enough power to pull the chips out. So I'm using this Grizzly blower here as a booster, and actually I'll probably get some 5-inch, because it's 5-inch coming out of the planer, and this has a 4-inch, and I don't have any 5-inch flex, so I think I'll go ahead and see if I can pick up a piece of 5-inch flex there, run straight out of the planer over and down into that, and this will shoot it up, over, and back. Probably not the most direct route, but there's so much crap on the ceiling in here, I don't know how easy it will be to run it kind of up and over closer. So I'm just going to use this booster here. And yeah, that's what I'm up to. Actually, I need to start on this cabinet over here. I really need to try and get that finished up this week. That's the stamp cabinet I think I showed a while ago. Really need to get that finished up this week and out of here. And yeah, some other bigger jobs coming along the pike here that I really kind of need to get efficient and get my act together. And yeah, just trying to take it from what I'm doing now to sort of the next level, and then kind of looking at the next level beyond that. I need to put my drop over here for this too. Oh, what else? I have been looking at saws. I was trying to sell the SawStop, and as you can see, I have not sold it. I kind of decided I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. Nobody really wanted to give me a decent price for it, and I just, being like a year old, and I kind of hated to sell it for like half what a new one is. So I decided to go ahead and keep it. And I am looking at, right now, I wish I knew one of these, but I am looking at, there we go, either an older SCMI, SI16, or an Altendorf F45 Elmo, depending on how long I'm willing to wait. Yeah, the Elmo is really cool. Yeah, well, the one I'm looking at doesn't have the touch screen like this, but it, if you're not familiar with the way a sliding panel saw works, this whole carriage here slides back and forth, and then you have a traditional rip fence over here, and then you have a fence out here, so you can pretty much do everything you can with this slider, except way better. This carriage on the ones I'm looking at are either 3,200 or 3,800 millimeters long, so you can straight line rip 10-foot lumber on it, no problem. And the one I'm noodling with has a motorized fence on it, where it has a control panel like this. You just, punch in a button, or punch in your width, and it kind of moves the fence or this fence back and forth. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I haven't decided whether I want to do a little bit more expensive one like this, or put the other money towards a new building. So I'm still kind of noodling with what I want to do there. Really would like one with motorized fences, but I think I may just go ahead and get the SCMI. Their SCMI is about half of what I use Altendorf is, and I figure I'll get one eventually. But I wanted to show you here, for straight line ripping, this is just the greatest idea ever. You look there, there's a pneumatic clamp, or just pneumatic actuator, and on this one here, it's just a beam there with pneumatic actuators on it, to where all you'd have to do is slide your board on there, hit the air. It clamps it. You just, like on this slider here, except the slider's 10 foot long, you just slide it along there, straight line rip it. You can come back, slide the board over against the rip fence, and rip it to width, which right now I have to straight line rip everything with my track saw, and then rip it to width on the table saw, and it's just a pain in the butt. That is really getting old. I've been doing it, but yeah, I don't particularly care to continue with that. And also, I think once I have the panel saw there, because it's big enough where I think I'll have to nest it all the way against the wall like this. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have room for this over here, but I think once I get the panel saw, I really won't need to use the track saw as much. So I'm going to put this cut table on hinges, or have it to where it's just unpoliced, where it just goes up. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, busy day. I just kind of went through here, shuffled stuff around in the shop. I've got to go meet with a client here, and what else? Yeah, just staying busy. Hope this new shop setup works out a little faster. That's just kind of been the bane of my existence, has been, production speed, because I'm torn between the shop here and the farm, and it just is kind of difficult to balance everything out. So I'm hoping this new arrangement here will speed things up. There's just enough room where the fence on the table on my jointer is low enough where it shoots over, and I kind of probably should have just bought one of the multi-purpose units. Like SCMI makes a really cool one that has a sliding table saw, planer, and jointer, and shaper all in one. But anyway, I guess it's too late now. I already got all this stuff. But anyway, yes, yeah, sliding table or slider attachment for the table saw. I'm Darlington Farm. Thank you for watching.